F block elements. In the last class, we have discussed about classification of elements based on the electronic configuration. S block elements, P block elements, D block elements are completed. Now let's see that what are the F block elements. Generally, which elements we are calling as F block elements. The F block elements, what is the position of F block elements in the periodic table, and how many F block elements are present. Okay, let's see what is the meaning for F block elements. F block elements, how they are named as F block elements means the valence electrons are differentiating electrons. Last electron, that is called a valence electron or differentiating electron, enters into the F orbitals of n minus 2 F subcells. N minus 2 F subcells called as F block elements. So based on that, the general electronic configuration of F block elements is n minus 2 F 1 to 14, n minus 1 D 0 to 1 ns2. Because that F, what are the F orbitals? We know that F subcells 4F and 5F. 4F means n minus 2 is equal to 4, means n is equal to 6. 4F 1 to 14, 5D 0 to 1, 6s2. Next, another F block elements are 5F series. 5F series means n is equal to 7, then n minus 2 is equal to 5. That's why 5F 1 to 14, 60, 0 to 1, 7s2. So the F block elements are mainly consist of two series. They are placed in the bottom of the periodic table, present in two rows. Present in two rows. Okay, what are these two rows? The two rows, they are named as 4F series and 5F series. 4F series elements are also calling as the lanthanide series, because these elements, 4F series elements, what are those 4F series elements? Cerium, prosodium, neodymium, promodium, samarium. Cerium, that is equal to 58 to 71. Total how many elements? 14 elements are present. So the cerium, before cerium, the element is present, lanthanum is present. So the 4F series elements present in after lanthanum, and the properties also similar to with lanthanum. That's why the 4F series elements also calling as lanthanide elements. These are also known as rare earth metals. Rare earth metal. Because the availability of lanthanide elements in the earth crust is very low percentage. That's why this lanthanide series elements also calling as rare earth metals. So lanthanide elements are starts from cerium, not lanthanum. Lanthanum is belongs to D block element. So lanthanide elements are F block elements. Then that 4F series starts from cerium to lutetium. Total 14 elements are present. So the all we are calling as 4F series. What is the position of these 4F series elements in periodic table? These 4F series elements are all F block elements, belongs to third group. Third group is also known as third B group. And these 14 4F series elements are placed in sixth period. Sixth period, but the writing of 14 elements in the sixth period, it takes a lot of space. That's why there is no space for writing of all 14 elements. Then what they did, they written that 14 4F series elements placed in the bottom of the periodic table. Placed in the bottom of the periodic table. Okay, so the 4F series elements atomic number Z starts from 58 to 71. Next 72 is D block element. 72 is D block element. 71 is a F block element. Okay, clear students? Next 5F series element. 5F series elements also calling as actinides. Actinides. After actinium, the 5F series elements are present. After actinium means thorium, protactinium, uranium, neptunium, plutonium, americium, californium, rutherfordium. These all are calling as F block elements and belongs to 5F series. After actinide, actinium, Ac, actinium belongs to D block element. After actinium, that is equal to 92, lawrencium, that is equal to 103. Total 14 elements are called as 5F series. This 5F series general electronic configuration is 5F 1 to 14, 6D021 7s2. N highest N value is 7. That's why these 5F series elements are belongs to third group and seventh period. So most of these 5F series elements are actinide series. Actinide elements are man-made elements. These are man-made elements. Man-made elements means artificially we are prepared in laboratory. And another important characteristics of actinide series elements, all are having radioactive nature. All are having a radioactive nature or man-made elements. So this 5 series elements position in the periodic table is third group and seventh period. Third group and seventh period. So these F block elements properties all are metallic nature only. The properties mainly like D block elements, like D block elements. Okay, see, understood? Anybody have doubt? Yes, ma, Rani. After clear. So this is about F block elements. Yes, ma. Okay. Abdul Wawarra screenshot. Okay. Let's go for next classification, ma. See, this is very easy already because we have idea about that classification of elements based on electronic configuration. Then automatically this classification becomes easy. See, the second type is classification of elements based on chemical properties. Classification of elements based on chemical properties. So based on the chemical properties, the elements are classified into 4 types. Elements are classified into 4 types. Based on the chemical properties, elements are classified into how many types, ma? 4 types. What are those? The first one is inert gases. Inert gases. The second one is representative elements. Representative elements also called as normal elements. The third one is transition elements. The fourth one is inner transition elements. Inner transition elements. Okay, let's see the first one, inert gases. The first type is inert gases. What are the inert gases? Inert gases is nothing but 18th group elements or 0 group elements. 18th or 0 group. 0 group. What are the 18th or 0 group elements? Helium, neon, argon, krypton, xenon, and radon. Helium, neon, argon, krypton, xenon and radon. These are called 18th group elements or zero group elements. So 18th group or zero group elements called as inert gases. What is the meaning for inert? Inertness means laziness. So lazy, the elements are in lazy means they are not involving in chemical reactions. They are not involving in any chemical reactions. So that is called inertness. So these gases, inert gases means chemical nature. Inertness means they are not involving in any chemical properties. As non-reactive elements. Inertness means they does not react. Reactivity is very less. It indicates that laziness. So such type of elements are called inert gases. So inert gases, 18th group elements and zero group elements all are belongs to inert gases. We all are also calling as inert gases. Why we are calling as inert gases means because of completely filled NS and NP, completely filled NS and NP subcells. NS and NP subcells except helium. Except helium. If the valence shell NS and NP means N is nothing but valence shell or outermost shell is completely filled. Means is nothing but octant. Octant electronic configuration means the outermost shell contains 8 electrons present in the outermost shell is known as octant electronic configuration. Octant electronic configuration. So due to the presence of octant electronic configuration, the 18th group elements or zero group elements are chemically inert. They do not participating in any chemical reactions. That's why the zero group elements or 18th group elements also calling as inert gases except helium. So the general electronic configuration except helium, general electronic configuration of 18th group elements or zero group elements is NS2 NP6 and helium has 1s2. Helium atomic number Z is equal to 2. There are 2 electrons present in first shell. There is no any second cell in helium. There is no vacant second cell. Also completely filled K shell. N is equal to 1 means that is called K shell. N is equal to 2 means L cell. N is equal to 3 means M cell. So completely filled K shell electronic configuration is present for helium. So even though helium doesn't have NS2 NP6 electronic configuration, so based on their chemical nature, the helium is placed in zero group elements. Okay, earlier only I said that is the reason only the helium belongs to zero group elements or 18th group elements. The zero group elements or 18th group elements also calling as inert gases. Also calling as inert gases. Now understood, man? Now one more important thing is the percentage of abundance. Sorry, these elements also called rare gases. Rare gases. Rare gases means the availability is very less because percentage of abundance is very less. That is 1% by volume in atmospheric air. So in atmospheric air, the noble gases are 18th group elements. The abundance is very less, approximately 1% by volume. Okay, that's why these elements are also called as rare gases. So rare gases are inert gases, nothing but 18th group elements. One more name is present under special conditions. Krypton and xenon. Under special conditions, krypton and xenon react with more electronegative elements like oxygen and fluorine. Hence, these elements also called noble gases. These elements also called noble gases. Okay. Esma, Varun, video is clear? Yes. See, now the inert gases has another two names are present. What are the another two names? Rare gases and noble gases. Why we are calling as rare gases? Because the percentage of abundance in atmospheric air is very less, approximately 1% by volume. And it is also calling as noble gases, noble metals. What are the noble metals, ma? Silver, gold, platinum are called noble metals. Silver, gold, platinum are called noble metals. Okay. So in the same way, these zero group elements also calling as noble gases. The zero group elements also calling as noble gases. Why we are calling as noble gases? Because of the under special conditions. Actually, their reactivity is very less inert, but under special conditions, high temperature and high voltage, then they reacting with oxygen and fluorine forms oxides and fluorides. Xenon oxides and xenon fluorides are there. XeO3, XeO4, XeF2, XeF4, XeF6. Xenon will form under special conditions, forms oxides and fluorides. That's why these elements are also calling as noble gases. So these zero group elements or 18th group elements has three names. One is inert gases, the second one is rare gases, the third one is also called as noble gases. So it is very important. So this is about properties, some importance of inert gases or 18th group elements. Okay students, let's see the next what are the representative elements and transition elements and inner transition elements, their properties we need to discuss. Yes, ma, understood? Okay, clear students? Let's go for next. The second one is representative elements. The representative elements also calling as normal elements. So in S block elements means we know that S block elements means S and P block elements we know that the first second groups, first and second group and the remaining last six groups all are we are calling as S and P block elements. In S and P block elements except zero group, the remaining S and P block elements are called representative elements. The remaining elements are calling as representative elements. Okay. Let's see what are the representative elements and why they are named as representative elements. Representation means the most of the properties are mainly causes due to these elements only. Okay, see the second one. Representative elements. Representative are normal elements. Okay, see the definition for this, the elements which are having incompletely filled or partially filled. The elements which are having incompletely filled or partially filled, NS and NP. The elements which are having incompletely filled or partially filled NS and NP electronic configuration. NS and NP shell electronic configuration present called as representative elements. See, except 18th are zero group. 18th are zero group. The remaining S and P block elements. S and P block elements called as representative elements or belongs to representative elements. Okay, understood? So here the representative elements NS and NP means outermost shell. The elements which are having partially filled or incompletely filled outermost shell electronic configurations are present. Outermost shell means N cell and P cell. N cell and P cell electronic configuration. Understood, ma Varun? So such type of elements are called representative elements. So the representative elements mainly NS and NP completely filled means zero group. Remaining all S block elements you have to take their NS only filled. NP is vacant. S block elements the vacant NP orbitals are present. Only S is filling. Then P block elements you take except zero group. The remaining all P block elements. Third year group elements NP1. Fourth NP2, fifth NP3, sixth NP4, seventh NP5 means some of the p orbitals, NP orbitals are partially filled or vacant p orbitals are present. So such type of elements are called representative elements. So the representative elements nothing but except 18th group the remaining S and P block elements means 1A, 2A, 3A up to 7th A group elements. 7th A group elements are called representative elements. So what is the general electronic configuration of these representative elements? NS1 to 2, NP1 to 5 only, not 6. NP6K means zero group elements or noble gases. That's why the general electronic configuration of representative elements is NS1 to 2, NP1 to 5 only. NP1 to 5 only. Okay, clear students? Now, Already, what are the properties of representative elements means except the properties of zero group element, the remaining S and P block element properties are called representative element properties only. So, these contains representative elements having metals. Metals means S block elements are metallic nature. Metals, non-metals, and metalloids are present. Already what are the metalloids and everything before only we are discussed. They have metals, non-metals and metalloids are present. So these representative elements. Now, see, due to the presence of metals, non-metals and metalloids, the representative elements, these elements in order to get octant electronic configuration, in order to get octant electronic configuration involving in chemical bonding, in order to get octant electronic configuration or stable electronic configuration or 8 electrons in the outermost shell. So for getting off that electronic configuration, they involve in chemical bonding by transfer of electrons or transfer of electrons or sharing of electrons or gaining of electrons. Gaining of electrons. So how they are involving, how they are getting octant electronic configuration, dear students, or stable electronic configuration, they are involving in chemical bonding. So how they are involving in chemical bonding? One atom is completely transfer its valence electrons to the another atom, or another atom is accepting electrons, or some atoms are sharing of electrons. For example, formation of CH4, formation of water, formation of ammonia. Those are those formed by the sharing of electrons only. Formation of NaCl, sodium loss of one electron and chlorine is accepting one electron, means transformation and gaining of electrons. That is called ionic bond. Sharing of electrons formed bond is covalent bond. Okay students, so these representative elements mainly to get stable electronic configuration or octant electronic configuration, they are involving in chemical bonding by the loss of electrons. Transfer means loss of electrons. Loss of electrons or gain of electrons or sharing of electrons. Sharing of electrons. That's why they can able to form ionic bond as well as covalent bonds. Okay, so they have metallic nature and non-metallic nature as well as metalloids also be present. And these representative elements are highly reactive. These representative elements are highly reactive, in which S block elements acts as a strong reducing agent and P block elements except zero group, means the remaining P block elements acts as a strong oxidizing agents, stronger oxidizing agents. So they contains solids, liquids and gases also present. Most of the all gases elements are belongs to P block elements. They are present in P block. So zero group elements all are gases only. Except that zero group, some other elements like oxygen is gas, fluorine, oxygen, fluorine, nitrogen. These gases elements also be present, and solid elements are present, and liquid elements also present. Bromine is a liquid non-metal. Bromine is a liquid non-metal, and solids also be present. Okay. So this is about that some important properties related to representative elements. Clear students? Anybody have doubt? Okay, let's go for next the transition elements. What are the transition elements? So the transition elements is nothing but D block elements except zinc, cadmium, mercury. So what is the meaning for transition elements? Transition elements, generally which elements, which d block elements we are calling as transition elements? Partially filled or incompletely filled n minus 1d and ns cells electronic configuration is present. Such type of d block elements are called transition elements. So except zinc, cadmium and mercury, the remaining all d block elements are called transition elements. Okay, so the transition element general electronic configuration and the properties we need to discuss. Okay, let's see. Third one is transition elements. The elements which are having incompletely filled n minus 1d and ns shells electronic configuration present called as n means outermost shell is called ultimate shell, n minus 1 cell is called penultimate cell, n minus 2 cells are called anti-penultimate cells. Okay, so the partially filled or incompletely filled n minus 1d means penultimate cell and ultimate cell. ns is ultimate cell, outermost shell. Like that electronic configuration present, those are called transition elements. See, the general electronic except zinc, cadmium and mercury, except zinc, cadmium, mercury, the remaining d block elements called transition elements. Te is called transition. Why zinc? Because zinc has completely filled electronic configuration.